なんだよ、どうしたんだ。
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Red Violet TV. I am your host, T to the KTK, and I'm bringing you television on the internet. And I want to apologize for everything. I want to apologize for everything. Hi. Yesterday, I was supposed to stream, and I didn't. I didn't really have a good reason for why I didn't. I was just doing other things and realized the time got away from me. And my brain's just kind of been mush. So I didn't really feel like I was in the best state to stream yesterday. But I'm trying to make up for that. Why? Whoa, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why did my frame rate drop? What the hell? What? Why is it dropping? What's going on? What is running right now? What the fuck? Sorry, yeah, no, my frames just dropped. I couldn't tell you why. Random antivirus scan. I don't even have antivirus installed. Weird. Anyway. Yeah, no, brain's been mush. I was also hoping to start today's stream earlier, but it is currently 5 p.m., so I missed that window. But I wanted to get this stream done, because I wanted to play this game. I wanted to highlight this game. It's a good time. Well, I actually don't know if it's a good time. I know partially. Because I did play the demo. Back in... must have been last year. Or at the start of this year, maybe. There was a Next Fest that had Spilled in it. And I recall having it on my wish list. So I'm excited to play it. Because it's an adorably drawn pixel art game about cleaning up the ocean. I don't imagine it's going to take super long to stream. So we'll see. We're just going to vibe. Just going to vibe and see how things go. So why don't we just jump right into it? I'm booting it up here. I started it up last time, and I feel like there's like an opening cutscene that I kind of can't skip. Main menu. New game. Yes. There was an opening little cutscene where I was cleaning everything up, and then I went to sleep, and then when I woke up, it was filled with more garbage. That was the whole conceit. I'm gonna turn game volume up a smidgeroon. But it's like a typical game where you do an action and your boat gets better at it. So I've got my my vacuum and my tank. I'm cleaning up the garbage. And filling up the tank, and you can see that the water is getting clearer and clearer the more I clean up. Croakford. It's a good name. I know this is a very basic Unity game. The person who made it, I believe, is somebody who's actively doing environmental cleanup and is using this as a way to fund that. I could be wrong in that. Oh, do I have enough room in the tank to get the swan back there? I should. Evelyn. Now my tank is full. I do love how, like, immediately clear the water becomes. It's quite nice. I guess I cleared the bare minimum to open the next section, but I'm not going to the next section yet until I fully clean this. We're sitting at 38, so if I bring this over and buy it, I can upgrade 2 things. And I think it's going to be tank and shovel first. Speed is nice, but I want to focus on efficiency. So we fully cleaned this section. Pretty sure I have less than $1 in the tank right now from that little. I think one of the main reasons I wanted to highlight this game is that it has this sort of hope to it. Aaron Dunbar. There's this hope of being able to clean something and fix it and make it better. And I feel like that's something that we kind of need. I am very, very guilty of being defeatist when it comes to a lot of things. Especially in regards to the environment. It feels like a lot of the things done to the climate are completely irreversible. And a lot of things are, for the record. Things are not good environmentally. But that doesn't mean we can't try. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't try. Pretty ass game. Yeah. Love the detail. Fred de Waterkip. The physics bit with the garbage is interesting. I mean that in a good way. Like, it's a fun challenge. Here, let's you know what? I'm just gonna have to do multiple trips. Big money from this one. All right, I think now we get the engine upgrade. Let's get 2. Let's go fast. Oh yeah, wow. Because I do think this scoop is fine for now. And there's definitely at least $40 worth of trash in this chunk. Yeah. So why don't we grab the scoop? There we go. In terms of what feels different from this versus the demo is that there's more of the game. Little animals are a nice addition as well. Like hidden collectibles is always a nice thing. And there we go. Oh, look at the animals. Look at the turtles. I do think the mixture of art styles with the square trees. Oh, I got the water spewers and I can clean the rocks. Yeah. Tank is full. I got my big scoop and I can just shove all that in there. This is where the demo ended last time. But the demo didn't have the collectible animals as well. So a lot of this is new to me. I do remember the water sprayer. Rat! Why's it got nipples? Oh, those are hands. Shows where my head's at. Hang on, let's get capacity up. And then let's get scoop. Big scoop. Hashtag big scoop. I remember I used to be very... I was always very defeatist when it came to the environment, even in, like, high school and shit. I blame an inconvenient Oliver. I blame Oliver. He did it all. I blame an inconvenient truth, partially. And I think that was a formative documentary for a lot of people. when it comes to environmental causes and understanding. The same way that, you know, Super Size Me was responsible for a lot of people's fat phobia. It's been proven multiple times, by the way, that Super Size Me was a bogus documentary. Morgan Spurlock's kind of an asshole. But, like, An Inconvenient Truth was genuine. And it was trying to warn people of a serious threat that nobody really took seriously in the 2000s. And it's not like people suddenly care about it now. They really don't. And when I say people, like, I'm not trying to attack my viewers or just everyday people. It is corporate responsibility. They're the bigger polluters, the bigger problem makers. And they have the money, resources, and power to make significant change, and should make significant change, and yet they don't. This area's cute. Liking the environment change, and gotta go bring that beach ball to that boat. But I'm just gonna make sure that the area is clear first. Legolas lizard. Let's see if I can't scoop up these bottles. I missed one. Oh, missed a lot. Like, generally, when there's environmental work to be done, there's a lot of companies you can blame. And that you should blame. But so often, the blame is pushed onto smaller groups. As if every single citizen suddenly sorting their recycling is going to fix every woe with the planet. I just think that, like, power companies, oil companies, Nestle should be held responsible. Alright, let's just get tank and speed. Peaches. A lot of the general defeatism that I get when it comes to the environment as well is also just from the fact that I know corporate interest is really going to prevent most legislation from ever going through. We're just doomed to have oil companies and shit forever. Have a ball. Big scoop. I like that it's raining here. It's very relaxing. So there's the evil boat that's been polluting things. Oh. Thanks. I mean, there's still probably people to rescue. Fire rescue doesn't just stop because the fire's out. Oh, I love that cool cat statue. Okay, I think it's just trees. I thought they were buildings. Music's getting very dire now. Things are getting pretty serious. There's wildfires. Mirabelle. Alright, I'm gonna have a full tank, but I can scoop these guys. You know what? I can go... Can I... Yeah. I'll have to come back for them. Let's just grab the bigger tank. Gotta turn you down because Twitch doesn't like streaming 1080-60 over 5G. Then what's the fucking point? I'm kidding. How are you doing, Scoot? I assume if you're watching me on your phone, then you're at work. At the new place, building furniture. Oh, okay. Don't have the internet up yet? Oh, figures. The ISP guys always take forever. Haven't even scheduled a service move yet. Ah, fair, fair. I guess you want to make sure everything else is settled. Yeah, that makes sense. To fill you in, we're cleaning up the ocean. I actually don't even know if this is an ocean system. It must be. It's saltwater. That's a dolphin. Is there historically any places that have, like, landlocked saltwater? I mean, maybe, if it's, like, from a well spring or something. But, like... I don't know how common that is. My scoop is too large. I have to, like, really I have to really angle the boat to make sure I don't lose a bottle here. There we go. And I lose them all anyway. Saltwater ponds are a common thing. Fair. You learn something new. I think Salt Lake City, though, is because of saltstone deposit, not necessarily because of it being within the same scope as salt water, if that makes sense. Like, I'm assuming that Salt Lake is because of saltstone. But I could be wrong. If water is salty, then salt water. Yeah. You got me there. Oh, I've got to pick up underwater garbage now. That's cool. I see it, too. I see the barrels. Should get you to pick up some underwater bitches. Did you know in an underwater temple they found an underwater monk? Oh, I should put out that fire. Do people know about Underwater Temple? This fucking classic.
Underwater temple, underwater monk, underwater rhymes and an underwater funk. He sleeps in the sea in an underwater bunk with mirrors all around him. He's an underwater hunk. Underwater temple. Underwater temple, underwater monk, underwater temple, underwater monk, underwater rhymes and an underwater funk. He sleeps in the sea in an underwater bunk with mirrors all around him. He's an underwater hunk. He's got underwater junk in his underwater trunk. Basketball card, he does a nautical dunk. He's got a little stash of underwater skunk. Underwater temple, underwater monk.
That's it. It's like a classic Tumblr post. It's one of those brain worms that I have from Tumblr. Lunch has been had. Nice. Eating's important, especially if you're going to be toiling away at assembling flat pack. I am not prioritizing speed. I am not built for speed. His ass is not going quickly. Snail. Bob. Like, as much as I bitch and moan about the environment, the garbage patch is apparently significantly reduced. There have been methods to reduce the amounts of plastics in the ocean, which is good. Keep you on as long as I have. Look, don't sweat it. I appreciate the viewership, but, like, if you're doing stuff, you're doing stuff. Focus on building the furniture, and if you need to have your phone with battery to, like, contact someone, then prioritize that. Shit's wet. I mean, it's the middle of the summer in a house you're just moving into, so I doubt it has AC. Love that little smiley face. It's very Android blob emoji, which is an era. It's an era I miss. There was something about the blob emojis. They were just innocent, you know? They were cuter. Have AC, just not using it. Got windows open in a breeze. Okay. Cabosu. Alright, let's, I see the barrel. It is harder to scoop up bottles than you might assume. You know what's actually kind of depressing? Is there was this whole solar punk thing, this video going around of, like, you know, what a beautiful, sustainable future looks like. And it's a fucking Chobani commercial. It's like this adorable little video showing, like, you know, sustainable living, recycling off the grid and all that stuff. But, like, it keeps cutting in these Chobani branded products. It's only 25? Nice. Okay. It's only 44 humidity? I'm jealous. I don't think I've had a single day in this province that's been below 80% humidity. Yeah, like, sorry, I want to show what I was talking about. Apparently the artist that worked on this was not a fan of it being used as an ad or something.
Dear Alice.
But like, you know, beautiful, what could be, but it's just filled with products, filled with little products. I think it's beautifully animated and like, this is the dream. I don't know why it's being brought to us by here's a version with no advertising in it. The Solar Punk inspired Dear Alice commercial produced by the animation company The Line for Chobani is one of the most beautiful depictions of an ecological future I'd seen. It was an advertisement for a dairy company. I'm just curious as to what their website looks like. I wonder what these folks have worked on. A lot of nature, which is good. Like, it looks good. Super Brawl. They did an animation for Warframe 1999. Okay. In celebration of Blizzard Overwatch 2 / Cowboy Bebop collab, they did an animation for that. Did some Marvel Snap stuff. Huh? Hello? Why does this go hard, actually? I want that. I want that as a sticker. I don't care. Does not shock me, though, that like a company that works constantly with corporations just does stuff for corporations. But there's an extent, right, where it's like, get that bag. You know, I remember Supervive. Yeah, I remember seeing this video. Huh. Valorant. They've done more Overwatch work, more Acura work. Music videos. They did the Star Walking music video. They did Humility? That's not the one I'm thinking of. That ain't the Jack Black one. Is it? It is. Yeah. Huh. You know what? Good for them. I do hope that the artists that work at that collective get good money. I accidentally went to the main menu. A lot of their work is really cool. What do I use it for? Oh. I use it to repair melting snow by freezing the water. That'll do it. It's not that stupid of an idea. They did it in Futurama. They just brought giant ice cubes to the North Pole, and that fixed it. It's video game logic. I'm not going to sit here and say, like, well, that's obviously going to solve all the Like, no, it's a fun, goofy little video game where I'm driving a boat and cleaning up garbage in the ocean. I don't expect it to have, like, the most direct and helpful messaging about, like, how to fix our planet. Linguistically, I actually, thinking back to the solar punk thing, I do wonder where we linguistically got the suffix punk. Like, I know how it applies to a lot of things, right? Like, the whole aspect of it, of cyberpunk, wasn't just for the aesthetics. It was because it was a group of people actively using technology and, like, hacking culture as a means to combat corporations and, like, corporate interest. It's punk at its core. It's not just because punk is the aesthetic that it borrows from. It's because it is punk, or it's supposed to be punk. It's supposed to be anti-government, anti-establishment, anti-corporate interest. But it's so often that the punk suffix has become basically shorthand for an aesthetic. Hi. Have you played Terra Nil? I've been meaning to. That was on my wish list for a while. I should check if that's on sale. But, like, okay, we get things like steampunk. Steampunk and dieselpunk very clearly took the suffix from cyberpunk, but applied it to different eras in order to establish that it's, like, similar but a different time period. But I don't necessarily think that either of those aesthetics represent punk. I don't think dieselpunk is necessarily anti-establishment or anti-corporate interest, and it's especially not true in steampunk, which is a glorification of the industrial age. It's like, oh yeah, you hate giant corporate entities and companies, yet you borrow your aesthetic from a fucking steam or fucking coal baron. But I think solarpunk is unique in that sense that it counts because, to an extent, wanting something to be cleaner, wanting to be, like, aggressively anti-corporate growth and, like, environmental damage, this, that, and the other thing. I think that is a big part of what it means to be solarpunk. Especially with the specific idea of it being off the grid for a lot of people. Is that a... I thought it was a Reggie Rock for a minute. The problem is, though, because of its attachment to things like, you know, just general sustainability or, like, government improvement initiatives, clean energy, etc., etc., it's easy to get co-opted. Aw. Hell. I thought a lot about the punk stuff because of Starfield. A game I'm still willing to defend partially. It's not really a full defense if I say it's not that bad. I don't think that's what you want to hear about your multi-million-dollar game that took decades to make. The reviews are in. It's fine. But, like, the fact that in so many of the development logs and trailers and stuff, they kept trying to hammer home this NASA punk. I get they were trying to coin it for the aesthetic purposes, but, like, what exactly is anti-corporate about a government agency devoted to space? I guess, considering current space interests, anything that is more open and less privately owned is something that is, by default, now punk. But, I don't know. I don't think it's the same thing. This ski hill just goes off into a cliffside. It's a cute little slalom. I like the detail, but that's how you die, I think. Oh, whale. This pirate ship wants a treasure chest. I imagine I'd find it at the bottom of the ocean. I just have to keep an eye out. I kind of love language. In like a big way. Not just English, I just mean how language exists and evolves and changes. I don't know if I have the brain power to learn multiple languages, but I like learning facts about languages in the sense that, like, it's interesting to hear how words develop or terms come to be, or even like how jokes, memes emerge in other cultures. It was really weird learning about the fucking tree, the log man. And like Italian brain rot. Which is a good name. That's a good band name. I mean, it's AI garbage. But it's fascinating from a cultural perspective, I suppose. Thing is, I think a lot of people who engage with that specifically don't think of it as anything other than AI garbage. I think to an extent, there are a lot of people on the internet who are embracing AI not because it's good, but because it's absurd in a really not great way. Hot pink equalizer. man, like... Oh. I'm sensing a boss fight. Bigger scoop. I know it'll solve our problems. Big scoop. I missed the barrel. Oh! It's really hard to see, but there's a shadow of the boat that you can probably use to help navigate. There we go. Little tricky. I doubt I can get everything. But I'm gonna try to get a lot of it. Even with Big Scoop, I'm struggling with all the bottles. I'm going to need a bigger scoop. Maybe a net. Net would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Oh, the treasure didn't it's... Took me a minute to realize that, no, it's a wooden chest. It would float. Fixed it. I do wonder if a lot of corporate greed and growth is based on... Well, it's based on greed, straight up. It's based on the value of profit over life. But I do wonder how much of it is based around the assumption that someone else will clean up your mess. Literally DuPont. Like, we don't have to worry about fixing this. Oh yeah, I remember. Oh god. Oh, I'm not very fast. Everyone now has Teflon in their bloodstream. Yeah. I figure he's got a pattern, and in the meantime, I can try to scoop up the last of this oil. I win. Wait, I'm sinking this boat? Won't that cause more pollution? I understand disabling the boat or like trying to... I thought I was getting water in the engines or in the smokestacks and the boat would stop. But like... Yeah. I mean, I guess it becomes a coral reef eventually. Sort of. That'll take centuries. Not yet. I don't want to leave a job half finished. I didn't get the notification for fully cleaning this place. So that tells me I'm missing a chunk of oil or something. Fucked your screwdriver's extendo function. Yeah. Hey, also, why didn't you help, pirate ship? I brought you your treasure. You could have shot cannons at the guy. I'm betting you there's like a barrel or something that I missed. I use it as a hammer. Well, why would you do that? Oh, you had your reasons. Anything is a hammer. True, I guess. Just... You know what also makes for a really good hammer? A hammer. Yeah, but I don't have a hammer. You know what? Fine. You know what makes it for a good hammer? The rest of your pet. Aw. I forgot. I didn't realize it was Kickstarted. A lot of people supporting it, though. Which you love to see. Damn, that's it? Yeah, I guess it's a shorter game than I expected. And I stopped to, like, talk and stuff. I am curious what achievements I'm missing. Fully cleaning the final area is apparently one of the achievements I don't have, but I don't know what I missed. I was looking. I don't suppose it, like, loops. No. Skipping the credits just puts me back here, so I'm wondering... Oh god, my knees. I'm like hunting now. Pirates, do you see any garbage that I forgot? I can't magnetize this guy out of the ocean. I don't think this counts as fully clearing. Like, getting that to be fully assembled. You have to sail all the way back. Well, I'm not going to have to, but I want to for one of the achievements that I'm missing. I wonder if I can New Game Plus it. Like, I start with all of this stuff. All the upgrades. Apparently there was a campfire I can put out, if you're wondering where I'm going. If I had to guess why it's a rare / hidden achievement, it's because that fire is probably back here somewhere. After you get... Yeah, There it is. Select area. Area 8. Will reset save file. Huh. From my window, I can see someone getting pissy. What the fuck? Like, just right now they got stabbed? What the fuck? Are you call the cops? What the fuck? Well, not the cops. Call an ambulance. I'm not a narc. Jesus Christ, though. That's horrifying. Pretty sure he instigated it. You know what? Fair enough. I'm betting you I missed a bottle or something and it got stuck somewhere. I mean, maybe I'm a little bit of a baby, but if there is an assault, I generally go for an ambulance. But if he can walk, it's not like a deep cut, then this just seems like a disagreement. The fact that he's standing around bitching about being stabbed, he's fine. Fair enough. I don't have sympathy. Period. You just gotta remember that my context is you saying someone got stabbed outside my window. Yeah, no, that's fucked up. Oh yeah, don't worry too much about that. I get it. Really stiff bottles are making it really difficult. $1. Okay, fair enough. I don't know how well I'd handle being on a boat. I'm not really... As much as I love, like, the ocean and boats and, like, things of that nature, I don't really know if I've got the sea legs for it. I mean, I can't swim. But, like, I don't know. I'd still want to sign up to do some sort of large-scale cleanup like this if it was a proper job. Kind of come to the realization that I don't really have much in the way of an education or a skill set, and that really the only thing that I could theoretically do for work is just basic labor. Because anything else is just really overwhelming. This is me being depressing. I have been told that I am smart. I don't think somebody with a 70 average in high school is necessarily a genius. I wouldn't say you would call a C+ kid, a B- kid, a genius. There's an interesting expectation that I dealt with a lot. And, you know, I think gifted kid burnout is a bit of a tired trope, and I'm not here to try to spread more of that. I will just state that I was put into gifted courses in grade school, and they didn't really help me much. They just kind of reinforced and reminded me that I got in on a fluke. I did an assessment test after I got diagnosed with autism, and the school board was like, hey, you might be Rain Man, so we're gonna put you in a fucking gifted program and wish you luck. And I took it because it was at a different school, and that school ended an hour earlier than mine. And it was an opportunity to make new friends, and I didn't really have a whole lot of those in grade school at the time, in like 5th grade. So it was like a fresh start, sort of. That ended up leading to a whole new, like, bag of guilt, because, the school was too far away for me to get to normally. The school I was attending was, a 5-minute walk, and this one was across the city. And so, my family didn't have a car, and we didn't really have access to... I couldn't really navigate public transit at, like, 11. My mom was nervous about that as well. So we eventually had to pull strings to get a bus to stop outside my house. And I learned, much after the fact, that costs a fair bit of money. And so that really reinforced the guilt that I started to carry, where I was worried I cost too much to live in my family's eyes. Like, I spent too much money. I cost too much money. That's what I was scared of. Still, to this day, it is a nagging piece of guilt and fear that I carry with me every day. That my existence costs too much to justify. That I am responsible for making my family destitute. Jesus. A lot of that, too, is reinforced by, like, assuming the costs of therapy and my autism diagnosis, and I kind of carried the weight of being a burden for most, if not all, of my life, and I still carry that burden to this day. Just because I'm aware of the burden doesn't make it any easier for it to go away. That's just some Tim lore for you. But the whole point of me getting into Gifted Kid Burnout was that because I made it into the Gifted program and because, you know, paying for a course in another school isn't exactly cheap, I kind of had this expectation put on me of success, of like, I have to do my due diligence. I have to be a good student. I have to get good grades and win and stuff. So every assumption made by my family after that point was just, if I'm not immediately succeeding at everything that I do, I am a failure. And so that burden of needing to succeed, of needing to do well all the time in everything, it got me to crack. I was a diligent student. I did my homework every night, and then, like, by 7th grade, I was burnt the fuck out. And then I got to high school, and I was just so done. But I put so much pressure and so much emphasis on education and, like, proper schooling that I, like, I don't know. I fucked myself up, chat. And now here I am. At 30 years old, I dropped out of college. I don't have a job. I've been streaming for 5 years to no success. I don't really know what I have left. I don't really know what the point of anything is anymore. Like, I don't know if I need to be here anymore. And it's not about a want. Do I want to live? Not really. But I want to be alive for the benefit of others. I want to help make other people happy. I want to make other people feel good and happy and live their lives to the fullest. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I want to keep going. I don't know. I feel like my window's passed. I'm not gonna magically get a new education at 30. I don't have the money to go to college. I don't have the ability. I'm just kind of here. My job skills include 10 years doing basically fuck all retail work. I don't have any transferable skills or trades or anything to offer anyone. A fire truck. Yeah, that'll fix it. 100% of the game. I'd recommend it. I don't really know what else I could say about it. It's a cute little game. It's therapeutic, easy to play, adorable cleaning simulator. Okay, money from this is going to whale and dolphin conservation. It's a short game, in which there are no wrong ways to play. You can finish it in about an hour. Yeah. It feels like a demo or a single level game that should have 3 to 5 levels. This demo has its own demo for some reason, and that demo of a demo contains over a quarter of the content of the full demo. Okay. They said it was a short game you could beat in an hour. Mad because it's short, huh? I do feel like more of the money should go to charity. But you gotta pay the artist and the developers, so I get it. There was one review complaining it was short. I just think that's funny. I don't know. Quick little game. That was supposed to be yesterday, but I got distracted. Womp. I think I'm going to take a bit of time today. I've got some cleaning to do, and I should maybe get some time outside. Next week's schedule is going to be interesting because I will be participating, I believe, in 2 major co-op, 3 major co-op streams. I know I'll be participating in the CarPG that Fawnin is hosting. I am going to also be a part of something on the captain's table that I don't feel like I can talk about much yet, just that I'm going to be part of something there. And I don't know if Nyx's stream is happening today because she was recently out of surgery, and I don't know if she's going to be in the condition to host. But I know that she was preparing some text-to-speech programs in advance, so that way we could still play the game while she's incapacitated. But I don't... That's up in the air. So potentially 3 tabletop games this week. Also next week, we're going to kick off Keep Driving. Inventory management, cross-country RPG, chill driving, beautiful pixel art. As I bought it, it got a big update, which added a bunch of new things. That's cool. Doesn't go into detail in the patch notes. Just says new traits, new items, new junk upgrades. New road events. Oh, that update was in June. I just saw that I got a patch today for the game, and then saw that the latest news piece was there, and then I realized, no, that was part of a June update. But no, Keep Driving is going to show up. We're going to try to speedrun Alan Wake 2. Not literally, but we're going to be doing the final draft now that we've wrapped up all the DLC. I have been told that there is significantly enough different in the final draft run of the game that makes it worth playing through a second time. So I'm going to put in the effort. So keep driving, Alan Wake 2 final draft, and other things, probably. We'll figure that out as we go. But it might just be those two. Anyway, let's find a raid target. Who up twitching their chats? I don't know, let's do Audie. Oh, it's Audie's birthday. So you should go say happy birthday to Audie. Me, I'm gonna lie down, I think. Expect some streams next week. And I'll try to improve my attitude. I'll work on it. Bye. That's the wrong button. Stream decks are a great invention. Anyway, yeah, no, go say happy birthday. Bye.